Hi there, I'm Curt Ferguson. I'm the president of what we call MENA, Middle East and North Africa. It's a business unit based here in Egypt, Cairo, and from here we run 33 countries throughout the Coca-Cola world, starting with Afghanistan, all the way down across Africa, Middle East, and then all the way down to Ghana. So it's a pretty big stretch, but we like this area, we like this geography, and we love this region. So because the people are so good, and it's a great, great domestic market that we can expand upon. Our investment in Egypt, wow, we go back to 1942 when we had bottlers established here. Even during the middle of the World War II, Coca-Cola was coming to Egypt. So if you can weather through World War II, last couple of years are pretty easy to weather through. In fact, we look at times now in Egypt, it's really very similar to what happened when the Berlin Wall fell down. People experience different emotions. There's different paths to democracy. There's different roads to freedom. But we see that whole energy infusing the region. And why not take an example of that, what's happening now with all that energy. And with all that energy consumed, people get thirsty. So hopefully we have Coca-Cola there to satisfy them. Our investment here, we made a courageous decision in 2011 to double our investment in Egypt. That really paid off. We were very happy with that. And now we're looking at another $100 million we're going to put into the marketplace in 2013 and another $100 million in 2014. The demands in Egypt are going to be great, just the domestic scale. 90 million people. And right now we look at a per capita consumption basis that they only drink us a little over 1 or 2 a week. So we have plenty of room to grow in Egypt, that domestic scale. Egypt's also a great export hub for us. We export to 48 countries from our Nasser City Free Zone plant. And we actually do the raw essence in Coca-Cola, the secret ingredient in Nasser City. So it's one of the few places in the world where we actually manufacture it. And we go through 3 different port systems from there, Ismailia, Port Said, and Alexandria. And it really works well for what we try to do in our regional hubbing system. Our concentrate plant is 100% Egyptian run, and we're very, very proud of that. And it's ranked one of the top quality plants in the world. So everybody knows the product that goes not only in our 33 countries, but also another 48 gets exported out of our Nasser City hub. And the free zone concept works fabulously for us. All the raw materials come in, we assemble it into the core ingredients, what we call Coca-Cola concentrate, and then it gets shipped out throughout the world. So it's kind of the best of all worlds. We can use a lot of it here, big domestic market with my business unit, and a huge world out there that we can supply good high quality Egypt Coca-Cola to. So it works very, very well. We have 12,000 employees. Very strong business. Our CAGR, our compound annual growth rate, is averaging 15% over the last 5 years. So we have huge demand for new employees. In fact, we're just now totally building out our #1 plant in the world, believe it or not, and it's in Asut. It's state-of-the-art plant, all run by, I wouldn't even recognize it now. I started with Coca-Cola 30 years ago. But the plant's all run by computers, robots, it's the whole 9 yards. We don't hold back any technology. We always try to put the best technology we can get in whenever we have to make the investment because we feel that pays off later. Do we know how to run everything right now? We're going to, a little bit of a learning curve, but we have very smart Egyptian software engineers in the building and brand new engineering graduates that we're training on how to use the new equipment. So it's going to be fantastic for our business and fantastic also for Upper Egypt. I talked around about 12,000 workers. We've done our environmental impact studies. We have a great business because those 12,000 workers translate into anywhere from 10 to 11 jobs each. The cans are now made in Egypt. The sugar that goes in the beverage comes from Egypt. The cartons come from Egypt. The trucks are produced in Egypt. And also our end consumer. We have almost 400,000 outlets that we service every other day. We do 200,000 a day, okay, throughout our 1,500 routes. And that's a great little business because everyone has a little refrigerator made in Egypt. And it's got a family there that we support. And that's made in Egypt also. So It's a great business model, and it's great for a country like Egypt because we love putting employment in, investment in, because you can instantly see the results on the back end. Our biggest social responsibility initiative, we have two we really focus on in Egypt. We have what we call Coca-Cola ambassadors. We figure each one of our employees is an ambassador, whether it's the guy at the top, myself, or even the person down in the parking lot. And we do a lot of training for our ambassadors. What's in our brand, what to talk about with our brand. We figure that word of mouth is the best communicator, especially in this internet-connected world. One of the things we're proudest about is our adoption of 100 villages in Egypt. We went with the food bank and found 100 villages. And we're on our 7th village. We'll be to the 100th in the year 2020. And we go in and look at their basic needs. We talk to the community. Some of it might be education. Some of it might be health. Some of it might be we have to pipe water in. Some of it is women empowerment. We spend a lot of time with that and how can we give ladies a job. And the satisfaction we get from developing the village is not only great for the village, but it's also great for our people. It's part of giving back, and it's part of being a good corporation. The Coca-Cola company believes that a sustainable community makes for a sustainable business, and so we focus a lot on that. The other major thing we do, and it's pretty neat, is that we actually have a MENA Scholars Program, and this one is very unique. We focus on 6 countries. Egypt's our largest company, our largest contingents. We take 100 MENA scholars to the U.S. every year. And they go to Indiana University. Some famous person went to Indiana University. I did. And we take over the campus and teach them business basic boot camp. How to build a business plan, how to ask for funding, how to develop certain skills that they're going to have to do. We even take them out to how to sit the right way at dinner and how to order correctly. So, all the things, the life skills they'll need and the business skills they'll need to develop their idea. We were really shocked this last time. We took 50 students from Egypt, and we had 5,000 apply for the program. And we fly them to the U.S., and then they spend it's about a month there, and then they spend 1 week in Washington, and they can understand the U.S. system of government. I don't know if I understand the U.S. system of government sometimes, but at least they can have a crash course in it for 1 week. And then we actually take them to our headquarters. And they meet with our chairman. They ask him questions. He's Turkish by descent. And they can sit there and say, how did you get to where you are in the business? And Muhtar Kent's kind of similar to myself, maybe not in pay grade, but the fact that we both started out on the bottling side of the business driving trucks. So you can see hard work, perseverance, keep on getting your education going. They can learn by those examples. At the end of the program, they actually go to the State Department and talk to different NGOs, different entrepreneurs about what can they do and how can they get funding for some of their initiatives. So there's actually a good input, as in they have to have a great idea to get selected to the program. It gets all picked by their peers. And also they get to see a little bit of output. What is funding required? Can this business idea really work? But the whole idea is to create strong young people for a better Egypt going forward. And we're real happy where we are. One of the things I've been really blessed with when I first got to Egypt, and it's been great, and I've done it 2 or 3 times, been on the board, is the AmCham in Egypt. You look out in the room, and I think we're up to 5,000 members. That's a good number, but it seems like 5,000 members because there's a good multiplier effect that also happens with the AmCham in Egypt. When I first got to Egypt in 1998, you look around, it's a big place, and what you try to do is divide in what you can handle. And I got very fortunate the fact that I got connected to the AmCham in Egypt. And instantly I had a wide swath of friends, and I had a lot of people that I could approach with I had a business problem with. And where do I go? How do I solve those problems? Now I've seen the AmCham transform in my second stint in Egypt. It's more of I would say it's got more of a social responsibility angle to Egypt. Everybody has been successful here, and now they feel it's time to give back, and I think that's great. It's a very effective lobbying organization, and I just sat with Ambassador David Satterfield at lunch, And I said, do those door knocks work? Do, all the time and effort we put in. And I think some people like Anise and Omar are probably on their 40th or 50th door knock. It might feel like 500th door knock. But they've put this time and effort into it. I say, do they work? And he goes, oh, immensely. He goes, having a private sector, an industry view of what's going on the ground for people that have to make a living there is immensely powerful message that the congressmen and the senators and the administration, they just have to listen to. And so, the AmCham to me is quite frankly the first democratic organization I've been with that in the new Egypt. And it happened a long time ago. So there's hope for all of Egypt. People are finding a voice. People are finding that input equals output. And I think the structure that the AmCham's given private sector companies such as myself and that great golden triangle between government and NGOs, really AmCham has filled that great triangle, or should I say the great pyramid of doing business in Egypt. It's been a fabulous time here. Coca-Cola sees nothing but a bright future. We like going to places which have great scale, which 90 million people, and also great hard workers, so that we can make that investment in the workers, and then you see the output. Because at the end of the day, we're here after shareholder value, and we've been getting great value out of Egypt, and we will continue to get great value in the future. Thank you. Cheers.